Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
All right, we're back. Open mic Saturday, 274-7979. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Intercom Radio, Greg Ratliff pushing all the buttons. Gene Smith is in studio.
It's a busy, busy morning.
Oh, we're having fun, aren't we, on
Yes,
Open
we
Mic
are.
Saturday. Love to be in on Open Mic Saturday. Already giving away lots of prizes, and we're getting ready to talk some more about the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganzas, getting ready to come up next weekend at the Agri Center. But we've had a guest slip into the studio this morning, and he brought along his bodyguard, too. Hey, Houston Carson's in studio. Good morning, Houston.
Good morning, Larry. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And who's that guy with you over there?
That's my bodyguard.
Yeah,
he's my dad sometimes.
That's right. Dennis, good morning to have you here, too. And Houston's been in the studio before, and we're going to talk to Houston a little bit throughout the rest of the show. He brought along the trophy that he got up in Sparta, Illinois. We talked a little bit earlier about that, brought his medal in here. We're going to talk to you. That's a nice trophy you got over there.
Thank you. It's a big cereal bowl.
Isn't it a big cereal bowl?
It's an expensive one, too.
It is an expensive one, too. That's right. But appreciate Houston coming in because he was at Sparta, and we talked earlier with Bill Neese from up at the Henry County no-fly zone. But I know all the way from Drummond's, Tennessee to Sparta, Illinois is quite an accomplishment. How many times have you been up there now?
This will be my shoot. You lose track of time.
5 times.
5 years. I
5
think.
years
Yes,
up
sir.
there, and they were just telling us. Bill was telling us it's 3.5 miles long of shooting. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's when you pull in the front gate, if you're pulling the right way, usually we come in some crazy way, but if you're pulling from the front part of it, you can't even see them all down straight way because there's a little bit of a hill coming up, and it just goes on and on. It's a nice sight to see.
It's a nice sight, and Sparta really has put this out. This is over almost 2,500 shooters up there, over 870,000 targets shot. And and Sparta, Illinois is near what? What is that near?
Nowhere, USA.
Nowhere, USA. That's what I thought. That's what you need a place like that for.
Yeah,
it's
Where
perfect.
do you stay?
Well, usually we'll stay in there's a suburb of Illinois, O'Fallon. We'll stay in that area. It's about an hour. Or St. Louis, sorry.
St. Louis, yeah. Oh, I know where O'Fallon is, yeah. So it's about an hour from St. Louis.
Yes, and then this year we stayed in the camper, thank God, and it's a whole lot easier than getting up at 6 in the morning and having.
So you were
drive.
actually on the site then?
Yes, sir.
That was a little bit easier. So,
and it's beautiful country up there, real flat farmland up there. And we had from the camper you could see an old timey farmhouse with those big old grain silos, and just gorgeous country up there.
Well, it's an amazing facility, and Gene was at the archery event last weekend in Nashville where they
had 5,140 kids registered.
Shooting bows last weekend.
Bows and arrows? Cross?
Yeah.
Archery in the school system.
Archery in the school system, which is it's similar to what you do, but not only did Houston go up there and compete with the Chittenden County Claybusters, that's right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it seems like just yesterday that we had y'all in the studio and everything else, but did pretty well. Perfect is pretty good. I know you're not a perfect person, but you have you. I'll let Dennis, his daddy, describe that. But 200 out of 200.
Yes, sir. It was.
You said you did a lot of praying.
I did a lot of praying up there. I mean, you have to. I had to do it with that. I mean, it's. I think back to that moment. It wasn't me up there. It was.
Amen.
It was God working through me. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
I hate to sound too religious, but it's the truth.
No, but you had done 199 before.
Yes, sir. I did it 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you did 199. So when you came down, and I've got some stuff I've written about Houston in the paper tomorrow. Hopefully it'll get in there, and everything. But when you got down to those final 5, now that's, you got plenty of time. There's no time limit on this.
No.
He's shooting 16-yard targets with a Browning 12 gauge, right?
BT-9 is a single shot shotgun.
Single shot shotgun. I know the nerves.
Yeah, it's a head game.
It's a mental game. It's kind of like golf, It's a big mental game.
It is? Oh, well, don't do it like that because when I make my first hole in one, I'm quitting. I'm 72 now and hadn't made one of those. Let me ask Dennis. Come on, move up there, Dennis. Now tell me what's going through the parents' mind when you know your son is up there? Are you watching, or are you just closing your eyes?
I'm watching. It's but I mean it's pretty nerve wracking. Because you feel nervous for your kid. You want him to do well.
Yeah.
So I mean it's pretty nerve wracking.
So now, when he started, how good was he when he started?
Wasn't too good. I mean, he was. Trying to think what he shot back. I think it was your best first year.
I had a 91 first.
Yeah, he had a 91 the first year.
A 91 the first year.
That's not a Shaggy.
Now, you were how old, though?
I was 12 years old.
12 years old.
12 years old, and he shot the 91. So, I mean, 12 years old is not too shabby, and everything. So,
I remember when we used to go up to Illinois.
put that microphone up there so I can see it.
When I used to go up to Illinois, I didn't even think about winning. I just thought about shooting for fun. And the first year I won the JV thing, I just went up there and shot for fun. I just wanted to shoot 100 straight. I didn't care about winning or nothing. And
well, that's what you wanted to do because you were 12 years old.
I wasn't 12 years old, and I was
you were
14.
young.
I was a freshman then.
Okay, you was a freshman then.
But when I first went up there, I was just trying to shoot, a 25 straight and shoot it, in the 90s because I hadn't done it before.
Yeah.
I shot in Nashville, shot 89, and I was like, man, I'm about to break the 90s, and I broke it with 91.
Wow. Well, we're going to talk to Houston. He's in the studio with us this morning. Let me switch real gears because we've been able to hook up right now with our good friend Jody Schultz. Good morning, Jody.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, man, from way down there in Como, Mississippi?
Yeah, out east. We're out in the boonies.
In the boonies out there. Well, let me talk. I want to get Jody in here quickly on today's show because next weekend is got a lot of things going on. The 20th Annual Mid-South Big Buck Contest, the 4th Annual Mid-South Taxidermy Contest, all part of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza at the Agri Center Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, Jody, I know that the Big Buck Contest is pretty special to you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. My wife, she's going to be handling the Big Buck Contest. I'll let you talk to her real quick.
Yeah. Deborah?
Good morning.
Hey, Deborah, I know the Big Buck Contest, how many do we usually have?
Oh, I'm trying to think, it was like in the 30s last year, but we're expecting a whole lot more this year.
Yes.
We have some good things to give away. I believe people will be really excited about it.
I know because you got gun, archery, primitive weapon, women's, youth, and the high fence.
Yes, sir. And I would like to tell you a little bit about our donations and the people that have donated.
Yeah.
We have Big and J, Wildlife Research, Burt Coyote Company, Kicks, Tinks, Sportsman's Warehouse, Drury Outdoors, Summit Outdoors, Marvo Mineral Company, which is Lucky Buck.
Yes, yeah.
Beartooth Products, Buckmasters, Tractor Supply, Pro Shot Products, Wildlife Research, Ferdinand, Muzzy, and Easton Technical Products.
There for a minute, I thought you just might as well just tell me who's not going to be there for
I know,
you.
I'm telling you, this is really going to be exciting, and I'm just wishing that everybody would bring a deer.
Yes.
It's a $10 entry fee. And it's going to be good. It really is.
And you'll be in your regular location? Or you be pretty close to it?
Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure.
But just look for it, folks. That you can find it because Jody and Deborah, all the gang will be out there with all those great mounts as a part of the show. And then somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, not only will we announce the Big Buck Contest winners and best typical, best non-typical, and they get to, we're still letting the folks vote too, right?
Right. It's by people's choice. It's not done by the scoring system. So that gives it an even playing field for everybody.
It does. And Jody, I know also the taxidermy contest, that's become pretty popular too, right?
Yeah, it has. Also on that Big Buck Contest, we're going to have a Matthews bow for the archery.
Oh,
we're
okay.
giving away, and then for the best typical and best non-typical, we're going to have big hay bale blinds, like hunting blinds, look like hay bales that you can get in. So
wow, okay.
Those are going to be really nice prizes too.
All right, and I got about a minute here for the
on the taxidermy thing, we've got about 15 supply companies that have given us taxidermy supplies that will be given to the winners.
Okay, all right.
We'll have a Judge's Choice Award for the best mount in the show, and then we'll have Most Creative Award, and all the people coming through will vote on all these things. So.
Hey, there's some wild creative. I've seen those things before. I'm not sure what they are. Some of them are, But hey, Jody, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you and Deborah, and I will see y'all out there next weekend. Okay.
All right. See you next weekend.
Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's switch in right now because Matt McCrory is with us now, and Matt and his brother Mark are with Prairie Hunting Adventures out of southeast Missouri, and they made their kind of they kind of broke in with a show in Birmingham, but they're going to be a vendor at this week's next weekend show. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Larry.
Hey, tell our listeners a little bit about Prairie Hunting Adventures, where you guys are based out of.
We're based out of southeast Missouri in around Kennett area, and just right there about 2 miles north of the Arkansas state line. And
doesn't take you, how far out of Memphis are you? 2 hours, hour and a half? What are you?
And you can leave Memphis, cross the bridge in an hour and a half north, and you can be at our fields.
Wow. Or if you're up from Dyersburg, you can cut across through there too. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're at Dyersburg, about 30 minutes.
All right, now tell our listeners a little bit about what they can experience when they come to your booth, and you're in booth number 3, folks. They're in booth number 3 at the hunting show next weekend. Tell us a little bit about the operation that you guys have got.
What we do is we lease the field for the day. So instead of paying if you can't afford a yearly lease, or you don't have the time to be able to go every weekend to go hunt away from the family, and you can lease the field for the day.
One day. You can come up there and hunt for a day, like if you wanted a one-day fishing license, which we don't have anymore, but that's another story. But you could come up there and lease the field, and you guys have got it all prepared for them, don't you?
That's right. We provide the field. It's a fully brushed pit.
Yes.
It'll hunt 6 guys, and then we provide 15 dozen of the new Higdon battleship decoys.
15 dozen. That's a lot of decoys.
Yes, sir, it is.
You guys have been looking at this, and I'm going to get up there. Matt's going to get up there, and Mark McCrory, and you folks, if you remember that name, that their dad is James McCrory, my good friend, where I always hunt on opening day of the Black Powder. I'm in a scaffold stand. I'm looking for a new chair. That's what I told from his dad. I don't want no more yellow jackets stinging my bottom or anything like that. You hear that, Matt? Yeah.
I hear it.
Okay, but this operation is, and there's a lot of birds up here. You had a pretty good season last year, didn't you?
Yes, sir. We hunted less than 30 days just because we only hunt on the weekend, and we killed over 600. So we had a pretty good year last year.
And this place is in a hotbed now, right? I mean,
right. We're only a few miles, I'd say 5 miles from Big Lake National Refuge, which is right there in Arkansas. It holds most of all our birds, and so they sit on the refuge and just basically it's a refuge. So they sit and relax, and then when they get hungry, when they come out and feed, they come out to the rice and soybean fields, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's not far off Interstate 55, is it, Matt?
No, from off of Interstate 55, I'd say about 15 minutes you can be to the field.
That's pretty amazing, and a lot of folks, we love the other areas of the Mid-South, but I want you to know Southeast Missouri is a new hotbed too, not only for our friends in that place that they call the world capital of duck hunting. We won't get into that, but I mean, this has opened up a whole new field, and you guys will be at the show, right?
We will be at the show, I believe, booth 3.
Yes.
And also the license for a non-resident to hunt in Missouri is only $11 a day. So the license fees is also cheap there in Missouri.
Wow. Okay. Well, I know you guys have got a website, right?
Yes, prairiehuntingadventures.com.
That's it.
And, of course, we're on Facebook and everything else. And if y'all have any questions, you can come by and see us at the booth, or you can call me on my phone, and we'll talk some hunting.
Well, we'll have I've got them all posted on lroutdoors.com with their logo. It looks good and everything. Okay, Matt, thank you. See you out there next weekend, okay?
All right, thank you, Larry.
Good job. Talk to you later. All right.
Okay, bye.
Matt McCrory, 2 young friends, two brothers starting a new duck hunting, waterfowl hunting service up there. Do you guys do any hunting?
Well, we used to deer hunt a little bit, but I kind of got tired of waiting there for something to come along, and it don't come along. The place where we hunted, it was it wasn't a very big place.
But this is Houston Carson we're talking to again here as we close out this segment. But how much practice time do you do?
Well,
does it depend on what the season is? I mean, because you got school and everything else you got to do too, right?
Yes, sir. Usually during the school time, winter months, I'll go about once a week to MSSA, maybe twice a week if there's a competition or something. And I'll shoot maybe 50 or 100 rounds.
Yeah.
During the summertime, I kind of slack off a little bit sometimes because we'll have practice at our field in Timmins County, which is a whole lot better because it's cheaper on gas to go there.
It is
out here
that,
to
yeah.
But
you got to cut grass sometime and do things like that, yeah.
Yes, sir, you do.
And I'm assuming Mr. Simmons is still
he's still the head coach, yes, sir.
Joey Simmons, right?
Joey Simmons.
Yeah.
Well, no, Joe Simmons.
Joe Simmons,
yes,
and
sir.
Joey's one of the...
Joey's his son.
Yeah, he's his son. Okay, all right. Houston Carson in the studio with...
I hear music.
What's your name again?
Giuseppe Smith.
Giuseppe Smith is in there. Greg Ratliff is pushing the buttons. 274-7979. Call in if you want to win something. I'm giving away stuff. We're going to come back and talk to the man himself, Dave Gabbard.
Brother Darrell.
Brother Darrell is on the line. Right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find